you'll condense the power of 99 suns in an instant, breaking through the Jade Vault's restriction.
The lava cannot hold me. Xie Xuechen's Jade Vault restriction cannot hold me either. Your killing array is no match for me at all. This book of fate is filled with the world's nonsense. Now let me personally destroy it. This pain spanning 10,000 years shall be removed from its very root. It's shielded by fate's barrier. Shit. What exactly is recorded on this page?
A divine plushing cannot harbor emotions, nor can it love, otherwise will be destroyed in this world.
I want to stay here, waiting for Zhaoming's return.
When emotional veins spread from the heart to the fingertips, heavenly punishment will descend. That will mark the end of existence.
And I don't want to return to the celestial altar. I want to be a person with healing, just once.
For this so-called love, you would rather die.
How can the Tianquan Pearl save Zhaoming?
Fate cannot be altered. The life and bet fate is inevitable. The Kankan Pearl can only transfer the heart.
How will consort?
Between you and Zhaoming, one must die.
Zhaoming, I love you. I want to marry you. Will you marry me? And this is not about race, nor about lineage. Only those with compassion and to protect all beings are truly divine. I will also fall asleep soon, losing all my memories, unable to save Zhaoming again, only by casting his blood essence into the cycle of birth, hope will rise after millennia.
Junian.
The Junian sword hasn't recognized the master. You cannot seize it by force.
What if it hasn't chosen a master? Only I can wield the Junian sword.
For 10,000 years you have defied me with the disguise of obedience. It seems the punishment wasn't harsh enough.
Yin.
I will fully activate the emotional curse, making you suffer the piercing pain worse than death. When the curse takes effect, it will finally destroy both your form and spirit. Time is running out. Think carefully. Will you fulfill my will and help me descend, or we to perish in this ice and snow?
Your race was returning smooth. Shall I massage your joints for you, your grace? Hey.
Don't you have any sense? Look at his grace's expression. Something must have happened.
What? What happened exactly? Why have you come?
I'm here to take you back.
How can your trivial strength possibly move me? Such stubbornness cannot defy me neither. If you do not stop, you will meet your end.
Return. Feng Yao.
I will
Return.
take you home.
Feng Yao.
For the sake of this mere mortal, would you sacrifice your own lives?
For 10,000 years, I sought to resolve the crisis through deception and lies. I even considered destroying the strongest in this world so that you could never descend. But at this moment, I suddenly realized that even removing the strongest would change nothing. As long as you exist, nothing will ever change. Perhaps it's time to try a different way to resolve this.
What do you intend to do?
In this so-called chess game, the player thoughtfully calculates, using pawns to win within the rules. But what if the rules themselves are flawed at their core? Would the player still continue the game? You can grow me with the emotional curse, threatening me with death. Now I don't need you to act. I can burn my own soul to ash. Even if the emotional curse doesn't activate, I can end myself
I can remove the emotional curse for you. There's no need to threaten me with burning your soul.
Oh, Tian, even you have moments of tension.
I have removed the emotional curse. Why do you still fight to the death? Self-destruction is a poor strategy.
Doesn't matter if it's poor. From now on, you'll never control me again. Even if my soul is vanished, I will reclaim my freedom. You should be the one to worry. The Book of Fate will no longer exist. With my fall, how would your rules of the Heavenly Order be enforced then?
You're utterly foolish. Even if you escape my control, I will still descend upon this world too. When that time comes, today's efforts were all in vain.
Why go to such lengths? I don't love you after all.
Nor do I love you. The one I love is the person from 11 years ago, beneath the umbrella in the rain. Do you believe in this world someone could fall in love with their own memory? Fall in love with the person in their memory?
So, what exactly is love?
Love is beyond expression.
Perhaps you'll never truly understand it. Or maybe,
In an instant,
but you'll grasp it completely. My name is Feng Ya. Feng Yu. If you were to lose everything, I would still stay by your side, never abandon you.
If disaster strikes, I'll bear it myself. So it was all true. You loved me truly, even defying gods for me. And yet, I was trapped in those false memories, blaming you for 10,000 years. Pearl, would you blame me?
How could I ever blame you?
Pearl,
You were the most sincere person in the world. Yet fate forcibly rewrote your destiny. You carry the hatred of royalty and the memories of betrayal by your lover, struggling bitterly for 10,000 years. During these 10,000 years, you've endured the greatest suffering.
Pearl. These 10,000 years felt so long. Long enough to blur truth and lies for me. All I know is I once really protected the people. And now I also really hate the world. But at this moment, I suddenly feel lost. If all the energy descends and all beings are destroyed, what kind of feeling will that be for me?
I know that feeling. Once I was merely a pearl, believing that all things in this world were irrelevant to me. But then I met you. As I grew closer to you, I understood the meaning of this world to me. For one person, I was willing to protect all beings. That was the strength you gave me. And now I'll return the strength to you.
In dreams, in illusions, I've seen you countless times. This time is nothing more than my delusion again. My Pearl will never come back.
No matter when, I will always be by your side in your heart. But in your heart, there is not just me. There are us living beings as well. Whether it's dark thoughts clouding your eyes, or obsessions failing your heart, whenever you feel lost and confused, remember to ask your heart. It will guide you to find the answers you seek. The one who can guide you is not me, nor anyone else. It is you yourself. Saint Emperor Zhaoming, fallen deity Zhaoming, demon lord Zhaoming. The one who decides who you are is only you. The answer has always been within your heart.
Ask my heart. Pearl. Pearl. You're finally willing to come back.
On this journey, I thought everything was under control, but I nearly ruined it all. Xie Xuechen. It turns out I wasn't clear-headed either in this matter of illusions. The road ahead is no longer about defying mortals, nor defying deities, but defying the Creator. It sounds like a path to self-destruction, but Xie Xuechen, rest assured, I have no fear. Pray, and I will never retreat.
When did you discover Fan Yao's identity?
The bond between blood relatives is the most profound. I had sensed it long ago, but she didn't want to reunite, so I chose to respect her wishes and wait. But I didn't expect there would never be a chance to reunite.
As long as this world has someone who remembers her, even if she's gone, it wouldn't be yet.
And you? Will you remember her?
The Book of Fate observes silently across the ages. Its records vast and intricate. Most people and events are written in the books, but not in my heart. At the moment, I suddenly realized that a light phrase, a faint word, in the Book of Fate could encompass a lifetime of intertwined joy and sorrow. Her blood let me see for the first time, and taught me that in this world there are people and things worth remembering, even without love. This is a sign of xiaozhan's descent.
Tian,
Do you think threatening me with burning your soul can stop my descent? The Demon Lord has already glimpsed the truth of 10,000 years ago, forging it into ultimate willpower. The Zhenjian sword has recognized its master. The strongest has reappeared in less than 3 days. I shall descend completely, and restore order to this chaotic world.
You were behind everything.
This is my will. Even fate cannot uncover. In the untin, each of your so-called rebellions only serves to advance the inevitable outcome. Fate calmly await the end of days.
at this point, what can we still do?
Tian plans to win the world. It's unstoppable.
We can only sit and await our tone.
No. Perhaps someone can still turn the tide.
Look! They're flying out of the lava abyss on their own. What's going on?
Signs are appearing everywhere. An apocalypse is bound to occur.
All realms are showing signs, mysterious and strange. This apocalyptic scene must be Hao Chan's doing.
It has begun.
If the Dark Abyss shows such obvious signs, then the human realm must be in even graver danger.
Yun anger demon, desire demon.
Here!
Quickly head to the human realm and invite fate here.
Understood.
Run! Hurry, run.
This toxic mist can dissolve the barriers.
Spiritual power is completely ineffective against it.
Sir, let's retreat.
Fall back.
Hurry. Run!
All disciples of Zhenjian sect. Prepare to protect.
Seeing you're forcing yourself to resist with spiritual form power will lead to backlash from the taxed mist.
Even if the world is doomed, we cannot give up now. As long as I stand, I will defend.
The Immortal Alliance is an alliance, and so we should advance and retreat together, sharing life and death.
Together, share life and death.
One, get on board quickly. I'll take you to the cliff for shelter.
Don't worry, everyone, we have enough airships. Next, we'll rescue others elsewhere.
Bring the civilians aboard the cloud-floating airship.
Understood.
I never thought we'd meet again. Without swords drawn between us.
As enemies for 10,000 years. We were meant to fight to the death. However, on the eve of the apocalypse, there's no longer a need for infighting. At the Everbright Palace 10,000 years ago, you and I once played a game of chess. Back then, we reached an endless situation, without conclusion, without a victor. Why not today? Play another game.
In the game from 10,000 years ago, you played white, and I played black. Today, the roles seem reversed.
Which of this word is never simply black or white, just like the divine clan of that time, claiming to represent the righteous path, looking down from their high seat, yet lacking mercy and sowing slaughter. They were never worthy of being called deities, so they fell into what is now the Dark Clan. One thought makes a deity, one makes a demon. It has always been so. Whether black or white doesn't matter. What matters is, I will never be a pawn. Nor will I ever be controlled by Hao Tian.
All things in this world were created by Hao Tian. If you don't want to be controlled, what else can you do?
Even the Book of Fate, following his will, has had thoughts of defying Hao Tian, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have agreed to come here. Now that you're here, you may as well speak plainly.
It's a cocklope. Should have happened 10,000 years ago. No one knows where Hao Tian came from, or whom He appeared. He is like a set of rules, yet also like an eternal creator of the vast cosmos. In Hao Tian's eyes, order is above all else.
Now the two realms are in chaos, the divine pairing falls in love. The four seasons are out of order, and disasters are widespread. Relying solely on you to act on my laws is not enough. Only the strongest in the world can be my vessel, can be my vessel, can be my vessel, and help me descend.
You Grace, you actually decide to personally correct the errors and save the world.
Rather than fixing the mistakes, it's better to start over.
Hao Tian is so powerful that he refuses to repair the chaotic paths of this world. When the system runs out of control, he will destroy the world and rebuild it new. However, Hao Tian lacks the physical form and cannot directly enter this world. Only by possessing the strongest can he descend. And you, or rather, Zhaoming, are the chosen vessel of Hao Tian.
So 10,000 years ago, you sealed me in the lava, not to comply with the deity's request, but intentionally.
The day Zhaoming ascended to slay the deities
was the day
he truly became the strongest. I then took the opportunity to make Zhaoming a fallen deity, sealing him in the lava. This indeed wronged Zhaoming over the ages. But it was the only way to preserve the world.
Do you think suppressing Zhaoming
can prevent my descent?
The rules are set, and what are yours? The strongest vessel is immortal. No matter how it's stopped or altered, the strongest will inevitably rise again.
Until until 10,000 years later. He Qian's plan to end the world would reach.
It seems these 10,000 years of suffering have taught you a lesson. You've learned to obey my will.
As in Porikak, I was meant to follow your grace, carrying out your will. That is my purpose. And my destiny. But this time, I learned to fake compliance. To deceive and outwit. Still, despite all my schemes, I couldn't stop the emergence of the strongest.
Corrupting the rules of this world, yet also bound by them. How absurd.
This world has always been absurd. I prided myself on creating the world within the fan. But the world we live in is just like a painting within the fan. All of us are being indifferently observed by someone outside the fan. 10,000 years ago, when the heavens were torn open, I helped the chaos prune them. Then I was swept into another vast dimension. For the first time, I saw there is another heaven beyond the heavens. In that space beyond, I glimpsed the secrets of the world. This world is like a painting. With everything controlled and pre-combined, I saw the threads of cause and effect. The origin of this world and its eventual destruction. Only then did I realize our painted world is as insignificant as dust. I tried to change it, but it was in vain. So, I returned to this world, because those within the painting can only act within it. This boundless universe, with origins unknown and an end unknowable, is filled with mysteries we cannot realize or explain. I often wonder if there is a heaven beyond the heavens. Might there be something even greater? Beyond that. But for now, He Qian's descent is an unstoppable force.
Unstoppable does not mean undefeatable. Since you've come to discuss cooperation, it means you've already planned a solution.
And since you invited me here, it shows you too have thought of a plan to resolve this crisis.
That CFR idea is a lot. Use He Tian to slay He Tian.
Exactly. Only the strongest can fight the strongest. Only He Tian himself can destroy He Tian. I heard everything you just said. And how could you leave me, the Keeper of Time, out of the plan to slay He Tian? Besides, we've traveled this far together. This made Chen to say He Tian is extremely dangerous. I won't let you go alone. Since we were born from chaos, you faced so much you couldn't control. Yet you never thought to discuss it with me. You always made decisions on your own. Enough. Let the past remain in the past. From now on, you'll no longer be alone. And we share a common goal: to destroy Haltian.
I never thought another game of chess after 10,000 years would still lead to an endless situation.
This game is not between you and me, but a match against Haltian. The rules of this world were set by Haltian. These 10,000 years of cause and effect have been nothing but an endless cycle of struggle. You can't defeat the creator of the rule. You can't defeat the creator of the rule by following their rules. Why not overturn the chessboard from now on and destroy all the rules? This time, this honorable one will make Haltian vanish 3 cruel steps to his downfall. Each vital and error-free. First, Zhaoming and I must each accept Haltian's descent in the times of 10,000 years ago and 10,000 years later, and 10,000 years later, transforming Haltian into a physical entity.
We then will combine the power of chaos and fate to distort and merge the 2 times, creating a blind zone beyond Haltian's control. This will place both versions of Haltian into the same time and space.
Finally, Demon Lord and Zhaoming will fight within the rule-free zone, destroying the 2 versions of Haltian. This plan is dangerous, filled with variables, but it costs our only shot.
To bring about the dual descent of Haltian and force mutual killing, we'll need the versions of ourselves from both times to fight side by side. Across 10,000 years, only the temporal power of the Samsara mirror can help us communicate with our past selves, explain everything, and agree on how to resist Haltian.
I've already returned half of the chaos power to you entirely. You can meet the Samsara mirror directly through the time sword and reclaim the temporal power.
Your Grace. Your Grace.
It's been 10,000 years, and you're still the same as ever, unchanged in appearance.
It's been 10,000 years, and Your Grace look as you did before. Yet something is profoundly different.
Now my name? Pisani.
It's a name I'm not unfamiliar with. That day, Xiaozhan endured the trial of 13,000 celestial winds, reaching here to save Mu Xuanling.
When he left, did he say anything?
He said many things, but to me, it was just 2 words. No regrets. For the past 10,000 years, I forgot where I came from, forgot the existence of Your Grace, and forgot who I was waiting for. It wasn't until Your Grace returned that I finally understood everything.
Thanks so much for all this waiting.
All things in this world have their purpose. I'm honored to have carried Your Grace's will. Existing for 10,000 years, witnessing the passage of time, now the Samsara mirror and the temporal power shall be returned to Your Grace. May Your Grace fulfill your wish, and may the world enjoy eternal harmony.
I have reclaimed the temporal power. I can now control the samsara mirror to connect 2 times for dialogue. However, there is one condition. To use this method, we must ensure the causality of 10,000 years remain unchanged. Otherwise, if anything from back then shifts, the present world, Bongui, will collapse.
The chaos power can stabilize time and space, and the power of fate can stabilize cause and effect. When the time comes, I will join you to protect this world from being disrupted by disorder.
How long can the rule-free zone be maintained?
Even if all our divine power is exhausted, it will last only 1 instance time. In other words, there will only be 1 chance to kill Haotiao within that time.
If the 2 versions of Haotian kill each other, the survival chances of the best souls they possess will be slim.
If I feared death, I wouldn't be standing here now. Between killing Haotian and being controlled by him, I choose the former. Let's begin.